You know, we joke around in here a lot. Me and you were only teammates for like a couple weeks.
Yeah. I was like, dang, bro. He saw this white dude come in the locker room. He said, I'm out. Dude, this ain't Drew Brees. I get it, bro.
Social media said that.
No,
It's fine.
Listen,
It's fine.
What's up, Bayou family? It's your boy Tyrann Mathieu here. I'm here with one of my co-hosts, Tyrann McCall. We got a great show for you guys today. This dude here, it was just so much anticipation and, really optimism, knowing that like he was going to be our guy going forward. And he's coming up on 1 year in New Orleans. In my opinion, the rookie of the year. I mean, the way he's elevated the team and just the juice and everything he brought, man, it was like a real spark that we didn't quite have in a while. So it was fun to watch, man. Our first guest, actually, in the Bayou, Tyler Shough. How you doing, brother?
Sir, doing good, man.
It's
Appreciate
good.
you guys.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
man. It's good. It's good to have you here, man. I wonder, do you feel that optimism? Like, do you feel the support of the community?
I felt it early on. As soon as I kind of got here, I know there was kind of mixed emotions about, the entire draft class, really. But I feel like early on, everybody we had kind of come in contact with, super warm and welcome. And then once you start playing and you kind of see the vision of the coaching staff, the team, we kind of start playing and doing what we're doing. Everybody's kind of buying into it, and we're just having fun that way.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I wonder, what was your thought process knowing that, man, I'm going to a team that needs a quarterback, like they need a leader. I'm wondering, how did that affect you? Because you didn't start, right away. So I'm wondering, how did you stay on track? Because most guys, they're not quite ready for that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like when you showed up, or when you started to play, like you were more than ready for it.
Well, I start coming here, I wasn't expecting that. We still had, Derek Carr, I had just drafted Spencer, just drafted Jake. And, obviously I was still getting to know everybody. So, my whole mindset was just coming in and trying to get better, keep putting in the work in, because I didn't know what I didn't know yet. I had never been through a practice, never doing anything like that. And then kind of as the season, when our really fall camp went on, season went on, just kind of developing those relationships, was just being myself and kind of understood, what we needed at that point in time. But my whole goal was, like you said, to make sure I was ready. There's plenty of stories out there from guys. Once you get your shot, how do you respond? How do you handle that? Because it's such a volatile league, especially at this position, and you're being evaluated as soon as you step on the field. And so that came from practice. I came through all of that. I feel like each week, I learned so much. I got better, but I was going to compete no matter what.
No, that's amazing, man. I wonder too. You've been at 3 different schools, right? And I'm wondering, because for some, you was able to pick those schools. Right, like, and then when you get drafted in the NFL, you don't necessarily get to pick your team.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, did those 3 different experiences sort of help you be ready for whatever on draft day?
Yeah, 100%. The benefit I had was I had no NIL for the first half of my career in college, and then going to Texas Tech with no NIL at the time, and just going there to compete, and then getting injured, breaking my bones, year after year, and I was kind of constantly competing or fighting for that job, whether I was a backup, whether I was hurt and fighting to play again, and going to Louisville, and it's kind of a little bit more known that I was probably going to start, but I was just used to competing. I was used to in practice, kind of that whole notion, like how you did in practice, how you responded. It helped me out so much coming into a quarterback competition, and there's obviously going to be learning and growth moments, but like I understood, okay, maybe this guy just threw a post for a big gain, or this guy may hit a big outcut. The pressure's on me to just operate that play, go throughout the process of it. Don't feel too pressured to go out and make a big play, and then just keep getting better. That was my whole mindset, was, still be a leader no matter what role I'm in, get better, and then when you have that opportunity, then you're just playing.
Nah, that's amazing, man.
Man, bro, I want to ask you, like, just being one of the 6 finalists, like, that's a pretty dope feat, like, for Rookie of the Year, bro. Yeah. Like T said, we definitely think you should be Rookie of the Year, for sure, the way you elevated the team. But just like having the mindset of, like, what you was doing, like, Like, walk us through that. Like, how you just took your time, like you said, you know, just not having to put pressure on yourself to make a big play, just because we seen it.
For me, it honestly came back to just having fun. And like you said, T, it was like, if I hadn't have gone through a lot of those experiences and kind of taken that pressure off of myself to where I had times in my career where I'd been through different types of adversity, or I had a bad play, or had a bad drive or a bad game or whatever. And my whole goal was to just go out there and operate and have fun. And I think the whole team kind of responded to this notion of like, whenever you're in the building, you want to be in the building. We're all joking around, having fun together, then you're going to play better. It doesn't matter what the record is. And that's what I loved about the NFL was win or lose, you have to go back to your process.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
You're going to play. Yeah, you're playing some MFers every week. Like, it's not like, okay, great win versus the Bucks. Like, no, you got to go play Carolina the next week. You got to go play the Falcons. You got to go play whoever. And then we obviously play the Titans at the end, and, you know, their record is what it is. But, I mean, their defense was probably one of the best we've ever seen that year, and they were playing well. So I feel like that was kind of the notion we took on as a team, and it's obviously an honor to be able to kind of be in that rookie conversation, because you start out the year not knowing what that looks like, and you kind of just go from there.
Nah, that's cool, man. So, I mean, obviously we are in the Bayou, but I don't know if you know, maybe you've met this guy, but this is actually like Drew Brees County, right? I mean, he is right under Jesus for us, right? He's the greatest human being to ever walk the face of earth, right? I wonder, do you realize that? Do you sort of feel that pressure, or is it pressure for you? Like, knowing you have to follow up, like that's who you're being compared to.
Yeah, I think it's an honor. I mean, it's not like this is directly after he was playing, you know. I think I think what an honor to be even kind of mentioned in his name, but I haven't even done anything to where like I shouldn't even be compared to him, to be honest. It's, you know, it's 6 years afterwards, you know. I think that is the standard. What he has shown the city, the community, is this is the standard of consistency, leadership, of performance, you know, week in and week out, to where that's something that I want to be compared to and I want to look up to and try and attain. And then his impact in the community, all those things, where I think it's like a perfect example for me, and being able to learn through those successes and failures of other guys maybe along the way. And I learned so much just coming here right away, and I kind of just took everything that everybody was saying, the whole notion of if you love this place, it'll love you back. It's it's like, why would you not want to be around everybody here? And I'm loving it. I mean, just pulling up to your crib here, and I was like, man, this is the Bayou for sure, man. This
is all right.
This is dope. So I gotta come up here and get a crib.
Nah, that's amazing, man. You want to ask?
So look, bro, last offseason, like, you know, of course there was some uncertainty of what your role was going to be, but just knowing that you have this whole offseason with Kellen Moore, like, what's that like for you?
I'm excited. I mean, I sat down with him for probably 2 hours just after our exit meeting, kind of before we took these like couple weeks off, and we just kind of outlined the whole offseason as far as the plan and just what we were thinking for, you know, position group, just philosophy wise, run game, pass game, all those things, where he kind of just, we were able to bounce those ideas off each other. And he was just kind of explaining, like, this is the first time he's been able to kind of take a breath, because he said, you guys know how it is. You've been moving across the country 3 different years in a row, having to mold your system. I mean, it's a lot, but I mean, he's human too. I think for the first time, he's being able to evaluate, you know, how do I want this to look? And you know, that's really exciting for me, and obviously the guys in the building. So we'll see what it looks like, and it's kind of my whole goal is to master that and kind of create that urgency coming into OTAs.
Yeah, I want to connect with you as far as the community aspect, right? Because you know, here in New Orleans, man, like the Saints are a huge part of the community, right? Think back to Hurricane Katrina, just everything, and then you think about the owner, Miss Gail. I call her Mama B, right? And just, you know, how much she pours into community. And we've seen some players come here and they didn't quite embrace that, right? But with you, I feel like it's a different story. With you, I feel like you've actually like coming around. You are embracing what it means to be, you know, in Louisiana.
I mean, for me, it's just be authentic, you know, like you don't have to be from here. Like obviously, you know, you being from here, a lot of the guys on the team, you know, Foster, you know, Will, Jay Reed, like you see the passion that they play with and come to work with. And most of the guys aren't from here, but you get this notion that if you buy in and more than anything, like let your play reflect it, that's the biggest thing that I've learned. And then obviously from leaders like Cam and DeMario, the consistency that they show up, it's not like a fake, like, hey, I'm going to go do this community event and take a couple pictures. Like they're consistently doing that and it's consistently showing up. So that's my whole goal. And that's what I'm trying to learn from and just be available. Like, well, I don't want to leave here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I stay.
Absolutely, man. As far as take it back to the field, right? Like when I watch you play, people ask me about you, and obviously I'm one of your big fans. But what jumps out on tape with me is your clutch factor, right? Like whether it's third down, whether it's red zone, right? Mm-hmm. We need a play, right? I think your ability to move in the pocket, escape the pocket. I think your legs work better than probably 98%, of quarterbacks in the league. And I wonder. Because I know what it was like for me. I love the preparation. I love to study film, right? But I wonder, how do you work on that clutch factor? Mm-hmm. Like how do you sharpen that as the week goes by?
Yeah, I know it's a great question, just because I think you see it every single week where guys show up in these big moments and they're making clutch throws or kind of just out of their mind throws, and really it like you said, it comes down to preparation to where I feel like it's just another rep of I know what I'm seeing and I'm just going to operate. And then, there's that innate ability where you maybe get flushed from the pocket. And now you're just playing football. Like you see your key, your eyes are in the right spot. I'm going to go make the play now. And then you kind of react from there. But the biggest thing I tried to learn from is how do I make each rep consistent regardless of the situation, whatever it is in the game. You have that in your head of what the situation is, right. Time management, timeouts. So that's in the back of your head. How much do we need to get on this? But how do I keep my footwork consistent? Because that's the thing I'm seeing, and even in the playoffs now, is whenever you try and get hilter-kilter, maybe you're taking one hand off the ball, you're trying to make a play, and then turnovers happen and stuff like that. So, like you said, I'm still learning and growing, but for me, it's not like a clutch situation. It's just like it's clutch when you look at it post, after the game, like, oh, that was big. But if in my head, I'm just like, all right, this is what it is. Go do it. Then that's how it's done.
I mean, I'm impressed, man, because especially with the talent that you guys have, on the team, and specifically on offense, right? I feel like you were the guy to elevate the dudes around you, right? Like I was Olave's teammate the last 3 years. This was his best season, right? And why was that? I think a big part of that is you and your ability to elevate the guys around you. I wonder, do you take pride in that? Do you take pride in these dudes getting career receptions highs and scoring touchdowns? And Jawan stepped up, he played big. Just a lot of different guys on that offense. It seemed that you were like the key factor in those guys sort of elevate. And I know they work hard too.
Yeah.
But
no, their consistency obviously and perseverance has showed up, but it goes back to like we care about each other, and like I'm just constantly communicating with them like, we're going to have mistakes or we're going to have this, but like we're just having fun together, then that's when that success shows up. Like CO's, he's so explosive, and I think everything that he's been through and everything that I've kind of learned from him and just kind of being that constant communication, constant voice of what we're seeing, because, I mean, he can go make any play. And then obviously with Jawan, what a leader and influence he's been on me as a mentor. And we've kind of developed that relationship now to where we're just kind of that anchor. And like you said, I think the true meaning of a good teammate, of a leader, is kind of being there for your guys, servicing them, and then just going out there and having fun. Like that's the one thing that I feel like I'm really, curious to ask you is just with all the success you have, like what does that look like? And from this short amount of time and all this stuff I've seen, I feel like if you don't make it bigger than what it is and you go out there and operate, then that leaves. But that's one thing I want to hear from you is just what was kind of one thing that you've kind of took from a lot of your Super Bowl runs or playing with Pat. What does that look like from you from a teammate perspective?
Yeah, for me, man, I always enjoyed the work. I've always enjoyed practice. I'd probably say my practices was probably a little bit more intense than I actually, played. So for me, man, I just took pride in the work, man, knowing like, man, I got to go do some work tomorrow, right? And then too, just staying humble, like realizing like, man, like it's a lot more I can learn. I know I played great, but like how can I continue to kind of sharpen my weaknesses? And I think you just sort of play that in your head every day. I think that puts you on a good path to just continue to get better.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to, a lot of people want to get better by 100%, but it's like, it's that old cliche, like all you need is to get like 1%, better. And so I was fixated on that. And outside of that, I was a leader. So I had to figure out, like, how do I tap into the dudes around me?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do I get those dudes to believe that they're the honey badger? Right? And so, it's just kind of, feeling that, embracing that, but knowing, like, man, it's a team sport, right? And I can't make every play. So, like, how do I pour into the guys around me?
Yeah.
And how do we continue to kind of make each other better?
I love that.
Yeah, I've always took great pride in that. I want to ask you something too, man, because I sort of had the same philosophy, right? I played for 4 different teams, but every team I played for, I found a way to, like I didn't run off to Miami. You're from Arizona, right? But I read something where it said, like, you won't be in Arizona this offseason, you're gonna be in
here.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, for a young guy, right, that's only been in the league a year now, like, how do you come? Most guys don't come to that conclusion, that quick. I wonder, what was your thought process behind that?
Yeah. Learning from my teammates is just like, if you want to be here, then be available and show up. Like, I like showing up to different stuff for the staff, like being able to be around the community, being in the building, like just rubbing shoulders with people. Not that you're like, that's what your goal is, but like you wouldn't, like, I've just learned so much, like how many conversations I've been able to have just being here and being around everybody rather than going away. And like, yeah, you need to maybe go for a week or go on vacation somewhere.
Yeah, you got to reset. Yeah, for sure.
So like my whole thought process, and I learned it from college, is, and it started with NILs. If the coaches and the chef and the janitor is here and they're making considerably less than you, why are you not here in the building too?
Right,
You're getting paid fucking millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And you have your GA or analyst who's breaking down cut-ups or working film, or they're making content, like you can't go in and do the same thing and work out, and I need a mental reset, or I need to do this, and it's just like, no, you don't. You just want reset and then continue to work. Like, you got drafted here, and I don't know, maybe it'll change in 10 years, but for me, like you said, I enjoy it here, and you kind of want to spend the time here, so that way you can invest in it.
No, that's cool, man. He's like the food expert, right? I know he wanted to ask you some questions on just food and just that whole deal.
I know you about to have a baby, dude, coming up. So you're gonna have a NOLA baby.
Hey,
and I just had a baby. I just had a baby in October.
Oh, congrats!
So he just had.
I just had one in July.
Yeah. So we all just had babies, bro. So like, you're gonna have a NOLA baby just like us, bro.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty dope, man. But I think one of your first meals was like Dragos.
Yeah.
So how was that, like, coming to the South and like actually like, oh, I can eat this every day now?
Yeah.
Versus like coming down here and you gotta leave.
Are you like on those DeMario diets where like?
Oh, hell no. No.
Nah, you have a real Bayou diet, right?
I make sure I work extremely hard so that I can try those things out so I can eat.
Yeah.
During the week, I will say this past 2 weeks was rough. It was rough.
Yeah.
I just hit a workout this morning and got after it because I had about like 2 king cakes.
Oh yeah,
bunch of crawfish boils.
Yeah. So that's another thing, man. Like what's like king cakes and beignets? Have you had beignets?
Oh yeah.
So what's your favorite? King cakes or beignets?
And is it
what's my favorite?
Is it overrated, bro? You could
no,
you could tell us. Yeah.
So I haven't tried. Like, I know the thing with king cakes is you got to try a bunch of different ones. Right. So I've only tried a couple.
Okay.
But I do like the praline cream cheese filled ones.
Oh my god, my favorite.
Fire.
Okay.
I probably like anything with praline in it. There's like a praline beignet that Dragos had. That one's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like, you literally get to go try any background, any kind of cuisine, and it's some of the best you ever had. So we'll see. I think we started off hot, and this whole offseason, I'm kind of excited to kind of try some more.
I mean, you was in Louisville. I'm pretty sure you had some decent barbecue down there.
Yeah. Texas probably had a little bit better barbecue, but Louisville had some good some seafood. It's kind of under the radar seafood, but it's not gonna. It doesn't compare to here. So, like everything, the seafood here, you can't beat it.
Elite. Yeah. So did you have any barbecue down here yet?
No, I haven't.
Hey, cool, man. I'm gonna tell them put it on the house.
You got a
I'm gonna
spot?
call Blue Oak. I'm gonna tell them, hey, look, I'm sending Tyler over there. Put it on my tab.
So I was just at T Stead's, and the Blue Oak guy was over there, and I got to go check it out. That's the next spot.
So look, bro, when he came back down here, like when he first made it back down here, like from KC, I took him straight to Blue Oak.
Yeah,
I said, hey, bro, I said, look, I said, this is a barbecue spot, man. I love it. You got to try it.
Yeah.
Hooked him up, bro. Like that's a main spot for sure.
I'm a big brisket guy for sure.
Okay. So what would be your favorite restaurant that you have been to so far?
I mean, I feel like everybody's out. You guys trying to crucify me right now.
Right.
Everybody's like, we need you to come try this out.
Yeah.
Favorite restaurant? I'd say right now it's kind of changed over time. Miss River was a really good
Four
one.
Seasons?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Four Seasons.
Yeah, I've been there.
Alon Shai, all of his, I'll shout out him. All of his spots really good. I think the fried chicken at Miss River is insane. All their appetizers, I really just go there and you get appetizers, and then you can go walk around.
That's some real Bayou stuff right there, bro. That's some real NOLA boy stuff. Because we could go to some spots and we won't order like a main entree because we just get a bunch of appetizers.
That's what you go with a couple of the guys. You just get like 10 apps.
Yeah.
And then get a dessert, and then you're good.
You're good. Yeah.
No, that's great, man.
Dope.
That's good to know, man. Going back to football, man. You play the most important position in the organization, right? Quarterback. I wonder, like, how did you establish yourself as a franchise guy? Because I don't want to like stroke you too much, bro. But I mean, it's the big leagues, bro. Like, and every team, they don't have that guy. So I'm like, how did you make it clear that you were the guy?
My mindset is I still have to earn it. I don't think I'm like I haven't done anything yet, and I think it's that continued mindset of just being around everybody, being available, being authentic. You know, I played fucking 8 games. You know, like I feel like I have still so much to go and learn, but I think just being the same person every single day is my mindset. And if you're in the building, you're around me, like, you know, like my personality, and I love to have fun and joke around, and I'd be remiss if we have a bad game or maybe I'm not feeling under the weather or whatever, and now all of a sudden I change, and then I'm expecting you guys to put in the work or have a good attitude, and so yeah, I think it's just the consistency that way, because it's not always going to look great on Sunday. You're not always going to win every single game, so
it's not.
But that's the goal.
Speaking of
we got it.
You know, good attitude.
I can already see the reflection.
Sense of humor.
I mean,
I got a few pictures here, right? And you know, I mean, you got the Alvin Kamaras, you got the Alante Taylors, right? Like they more New Orleans than New Orleans dudes now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they have just taken the brand and just, you know, they
Might catch him in a Dickie fit.
a Dickie suit,
you
grills.
don't know what you're gonna catch him in.
I wonder what was your reaction when you saw this pic, man?
Yeah. This is gleeful right here, man.
That's gleeful.
This was actually dope. Like, my wife sent me this. A bunch of people sent me this. We might have to make it happen though. I might have to get a little Cuban link. I need to get my teeth fixed probably anyway, so we can just make it happen.
And then you got this one, right? We was just talking about Mama B earlier, and I wonder, was she the inspiration behind that Halloween get up?
Yeah, you know, it was the Halloween rookie contest.
Yeah.
So you had to go, you know, do the outfit and do the whole.
Like, you know, Mama B, she all she wears is Chanel.
Yeah.
So I wondered, like, is that
I had to
Chanel
find
that you're
like
wearing, or is
I had
that
to
like
find
TJ
size
Maxx?
triple XL everything. No, it was actually great. She loved it. She like texted me about it multiple times.
Yeah.
It was like her favorite
dope.
thing.
Nah, that's cool.
that's
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and I think it just goes back to like, don't take yourself too serious.
Yeah,
Like, we're having fun, and
Nah, she loves you, bro.
yeah, it was
She absolutely loves you, man. And this last one, right? I mean, you've played here a year now, so you understand the magnitude of the Atlanta Falcons game, right? And even when I was here, even when I played, the last 3 years, I want to say half of my turnovers came in those two matchups. I used to absolutely love playing against them because I know the community, I knew my family, everybody was riled up. I wonder what that felt like for you when you was able to do that to the Dirty Birds, or like Cam says, the Falcons.
The Falcons, man. Yeah. I mean, it sucked because we didn't get it done. We lost, but in that moment, it was pretty cool feeling in that stadium. Beating the edge, and I mean their whole defense is pretty stacked. So I think for me, it's still kind of a shitty feeling whenever you don't get it done, but it was kind of a good environment and good way to kind of feel that rivalry for me, because you get the energy from everybody, you get the vibe of the city, but it makes me kind of want to continue to get back to work to where we, how do you get it done in those last moments?
I want to ask you one more question. Do you really believe that you guys could take that step next year? Like with you having a full season, I don't want to put it all on you, it's a team sport, but do you feel like you guys could take that next step and punch that ticket? Because that's probably one of the things I regretted the most, right? When I came back home, is that, man, we didn't play in enough big games. Right. Like we didn't punch that ticket. I wonder with you, do you believe that? Is that something you're going to show up with in OTAs and mini camp and kind of take that bull by the horn?
I think we know what it looks like from a collective standpoint of playing complementary football. I think we understand from a leadership perspective, and we got the right pieces in the building. We're going to continue to add those pieces. And I think we got the right coaches. So for me, I take it very personally as far as, like I said, how do I show up every single day? And like you said, the first day of OTAs, like what cadences are we working on? What's our steps look like? What are we doing here? Like, it's not like, okay, we're feeling it out like we were last year. We're trying to get through installs, learn it. And there's going to be continued growth and bumps, but I feel like if we have that mindset, there's nothing that can stop us but ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good to hear, man. What's up, Bayou family? Make sure you guys tuned in.
Subscribe.
All right, Bayou family. We have a fun segment that's coming up. It's actually the trivia section of the show, and so I want to ask you, what are the typical 3 proteins that you would put in your jambalaya?
Ooh,
that's a staple down here. So I wonder how you like yours cooked.
I would say sausage, crawfish, and I guess like red beans is that like a type of protein? There's protein in that, right?
Yeah, you can put beans in there. Absolutely, yeah. Rice.
What else you got? Sausage, crawfish,
shrimp.
Shrimp, you can't go wrong with
chicken. Shrimp,
I'm a big chicken and sausage. But one time I had a little crawfish one, and it hit the spot as far as
that's so down here. That's what we call a little lanyard, right? So just a little extra, right? So you got your jambalaya, right? You got your chicken, sausage, and then it's like shrimp and crawfish.
Is that what that means? It means a little. That's a little extra.
Okay. Yeah. So anything else you put in the pot is just a little lanyard. You know what I mean? So help kind of spicing it up.
Let me get a little lanyard.
Nigga, bro, check this out. We gonna do this because I was thinking about this and I had told the producer, I said, this is gonna be a good one. We want you to spell beignets.
Beignets. Yes.
He got it right, bro. He got it right. Hey, bro, that's one word that I actually hate spelling, dude. Like I wake up and I want some beignets and I go to like my map and I like, oh shit, I spelled it wrong.
BENEIGH.
Yeah. And I'll be like, oh shit, this is gonna pop up.
Yeah. I mean, there's every street sign. I feel like you type it, like there's no, like all the words here. There's like no way you're not from here or driving around. Like there's no way you could know.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. So I heard you riding in or you're being honored for Carnival, right? This season, right?
Yeah, for Pig a Million.
Yeah, is this your first time?
Yeah, first time.
That?
Haven't even been. So I think kicking it off, being able to do the throws and all that stuff would be.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I mean, obviously Mardi Gras and Carnival season is, that's a big time, in Louisiana. And people say, man, that the calendar might move, but Mardi Gras doesn't. You know what I mean? So I wonder if are you ready for that?
I don't know yet. People have been telling me about it, and we obviously got to do a little bit of the experience, but I haven't done the full experience. So I'm going into it open-minded. I I'm gonna have a cup next to me,
Yeah, got to.
and I got the throws.
Yeah.
got my walking shoes.
Yeah. So a piece of I've rode in a few parades. A piece of advice I would tell you is just don't blow your load early.
Right.
Right.
Don't throw
Because
too much.
you might get to the end of the route and you might bump into somebody you ain't seen in years, right? But you ran out of coconuts, you ran out of fun stuff to throw. So
Yeah.
just sort of pace yourself.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning you want to feed everybody, right?
Excitement.
So just find a way to sort of pace yourself to begin with.
Okay. Who was the famous New Orleans-born author known for works like A Streetcar Named Desire?
Who was a famous author? Say that phrase
Who was
again.
the famous New Orleans-born author known for works like A Streetcar Named Desire?
A streetcar.
I didn't get this one neither.
Me neither.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't
I feel
know.
bad, bro. We didn't get it
I
either.
mean, hopefully I know the author when you say it.
So his name is Tennessee Williams.
Tennessee Williams.
Yeah.
I'll be damned. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of us did, bro. Yeah, don't feel bad. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. So which leads me to my next question, right? When you hear King of Jazz in Louisiana, who would you equate that?
Louis Armstrong.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Outstanding.
No, he gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty easy though.
Louis Armstrong is
Okay, so look, we have a bonus question. What day is Tyrann Mathieu Day in New Orleans?
It's a trick question because there's no 32 days in okay, we got the class right here. August 21st.
No, you know what, bro? That was so funny. You said it's not 32 days, but that would be funny if they actually had
So,
32 days.
that's what
And
I'm
it would
saying.
be, that would be
We
crazy.
have maybe
Just
it's
one
like
month.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's like the leap years in
Yeah,
February.
right,
Maybe
yeah.
give them a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
32nd
So we
day.
got Mardi Gras, right?
Yeah.
What day is before Mardi Gras? Do you know?
I do know this.
Starts
This
with
is,
an L.
Is
You had it.
Take your time.
It sounded like he was about to say
I
it.
thought he was
know.
about to say.
you're gonna somebody just like I literally was just talking about this. I was gonna say I don't know. I can't remember it.
It was Lundi Gras, right?
Yeah,
I thought you
Lundi
were
Gras.
gonna say it.
Lundi Gras.
What is it?
The
Lundi
day-
Gras.
Lundi Gras.
Lundi Gras?
Yeah.
It's the day before Mardi Gras.
And then the day after
And the day
is
after.
like Ash Wednesday.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole lot of party and then
There's a lot going on.
Lundi Gras.
Then
Yeah.
just go.
I didn't know
Then
that
you
wasn't
got
on the tip of my tongue.
Lent on Fridays. So for me growing up, Lent meant that I couldn't eat meat on Fridays. So
See, there's
it's a
something.
lot. It's a huge transition.
Yeah.
I knew Ash. I knew
The Mardi
Ash was after that. I didn't know it was Lundi Gras though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lundi Gras is actually like his own little. It's not as big as Mardi Gras, but
Yeah.
people come outside for that one for sure.
That's the day before or the week before?
day before.
Day before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's when Pygmalion, when I'm going, is like the week before, but it's not like the main,
Oh yeah.
the main one. That's what I thought you were talking
Well,
about.
no, they got carnival season is
Right.
but yeah, they got a lot of different parades. But Mardi Gras is like its own little, entity,
Yeah.
so to say. But wow, that's amazing.
Pulling out the hard ones, bro.
It's gonna be dope.
Trying to make sure you're on point, dog.
I ain't gonna lie though. I rode in the parade before, and I had fun. I enjoyed it, but not being on the floor, oh man, it's fun.
Was it better when you walk around?
Yeah, for me because I mean it's a whole lot going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably get into whatever.
Whole lot of people. Like I say, it's bumping into people you haven't seen in a long time.
Right.
Yeah. I want to go back a little bit. I know you spent some time at Oregon, and recently we talk about the kid Dante Moore. Right, a lot of people was wondering whether he was going to come out this year.
Yeah.
Like, how do you assess that, dude? As being a quarterback, and are you surprised that he decided to go back to school? I mean, not many people. Also, people don't want to go play for the Jets neither. But not many people is going to turn down. The
Projected first round. Yeah.
top 3
No, I
pick.
get it.
It's a lot of cheese, man.
No, I wasn't surprised. I think for him, and obviously he had to talk to his people and obviously really reflect. And I thought it was the right decision, just reflecting on my own experience. And whenever you're 20, I don't know, was he 20 years old, 21?
Yeah, he's pretty young.
Especially from a quarterback perspective, there's so much that you just learn along the way. Like, not that he needed to learn. He's obviously very talented and was a first round talent and grade, but
But those reps go a long way.
Yeah, like playing in a whole nother year of the same offense, or not the same offense, but playing in a whole nother year because I know his coach left, and learning the system, being around the guys, growing as a leader. Like, man, I feel like you don't even hit, like you get like a second puberty when you hit 22 years old. You know what I mean? Like, especially as men, like as you get older, and quarterbacks specifically, my personal opinion, I feel like it's reflected all around the league is like you don't hit your prime until you're in your 30s.
Yeah, that's true.
At least for the
quarterbacks,
yeah. Like it's not like, running back.
That's when they start going as two.
Right, because like you've been through so much mentally, and then physically, obviously, you're kind of maxed out, but you really get in your prime as a thrower, and how do you use your body in the most efficient way? And but I think for Dante, I think it's the right move, and it all happens. Everything happens for a reason. I think he's going to continue to get better and be that high draft pick again.
Yeah. So if you say, let's say that was you, right? Would you have came out? Would you have turned down if you were top pick at Oregon? Would you have turned down?
but also factor in what you've been through. Throughout your college career.
Yeah. I think you asked me at that time, and my white skinny ass back then, it probably was.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, like maybe, but like you said, knowing what I know now, no way. I think if you would have asked me, you can get drafted in the second round, you can go to the New Orleans Saints, but you got to, be a backup, be benched, break your bones 3 times, and not know if you're going to play again, and kind of get back on the hump and compete every single year. I would say, because like there were so many lessons that were learned to where maybe you are drafted top 3 and you go to an organization, but then, you're out of the league in X amount of years. I think, and you're a testament of it is success is obviously measured in Super Bowls and longevity in the league. And when you combine those things, that's where you get, Hall of Fame level greatness. But for most of the guys, it's longevity. How do you stick around? How do you do that? And Double D is a prime example of it. And talking to him about his process, and it's been paramount. Yeah,
absolutely, man. So let's kind of piggy into this, the transfer situation and the NIL situation of college football. So it's a little bit chaotic. And I mean, I look at guys like you, right? That obviously you got hurt, and so we can understand why you transfer, right? But like some of these other dudes, right? Like it almost as if
transfer for money.
Money too. They bag chasing, but they don't necessarily want to compete. Anymore. Or am I wrong? Or
no, I don't think you're wrong. I think there's a lot. I mean, it's a lot easier. You go somewhere and you're like, hey, you're the starter, and we're gonna build around you. And I understand there's each circumstance is different, but like there's nothing you can't compare competing with a dude that's equal to you or a dude that's just as good. But how do you get that mental edge, and how do you like come out on top and continually grow and get better? Because you might tap into something you didn't know was there. And that was for me every single year in college, where you thought you knew something or you thought you were growing, and that was your mindset. That just hit a light bulb for me. Is like I'm constantly growing, like I'm constantly getting better. And I don't think you can do that. And really, how your teammates feel about you. You come in and you just gifted the keys, and here's $5 million. Then if you're not doing every little thing right, you're on your P's and Q's, then you start losing the trust of everybody. And I think you got to come about it naturally.
No, that's good to hear, man. I like your perspective, on that for sure.
So look, I want to ask you, bro, like, do you think like the pay should play into like guys transferring?
What you mean, like
because if I pay you $3-4 million and then you transfer to go get $4 or $5 million,
right?
Like, should they be like,
should some of that money
contract? Like should be like under contract?
Like once we give you the money, we should be able to at least lock you in for the next 12 to 16 months.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes into a lot of these contractual negotiations with these teams, as far as we might pay you up front, X amount of bread. But if you leave, then you got to pay it back, or we might give you this. You got to be here for a certain amount of time. And that's where it kind of gets, iffy for a lot of guys. Well, you play here and you get hurt. Some schools are going to not pay you, or they're going to try and not pay you, but you're kind of obligated. So there's a lot of, it's kind of sticky for me, because like I always, I'm a huge believer in NIL as far as just making money off your name and getting paid. And say you want to do a podcast, say you want to go game, say you want to go do an appearance, but like the university paying guys, and I think obviously it's happened for years, but I think it just kind of gets tough when it kind of goes like that way. But the way it's trending, I was like, why not just? It's basically semi-pro,
Right.
Why not just? You should be able to find guys.
Yeah.
Hey, like we're gonna pay you this, like you said. If you transfer, or you leave, or you don't show up to meetings, you don't make weight, we're gonna fine you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, obviously, you're a big fan of football, right? Did you watch any of the Divisional round this past weekend?
Yeah,
Some good things.
Yeah, yesterday was crazy.
Yeah, wild, man, wild.
I don't know when this will be released, but up to the playoffs to this point, it's been pretty good to see.
Yeah, I wonder what quarterback from this weekend that you really watch and say, man, like I want that for the Saints.
Stafford. Matt Stafford.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah. To me, he's like the pinnacle of everything I was just talking about. From a playing in your prime, I mean, you could argue, I guess, past his prime, but like he's probably going to win the MVP. So he's playing the most elite level of football, and he's just doing every little thing right, and then he makes those big plays.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'm a huge fan of him, and we have a lot of that same staff that was drafted him when he was at the Lions, and being able to talk to those guys about his progression and everything that he'd been through. And you look at his career, like he was
keeps getting better.
Yeah.
I remember, I played against Stafford I want to say it was like week 2, week 3 of my rookie season in 2013. And I could honestly say respectfully, like he's better now than he was. And he had Calvin Johnson back then.
And I mean, he was probably 20s there, whatever, 20s. And like, that's where the whole age thing for me is like, for anybody, like, would you rather have Matt Stafford and he's 38 years old, or you got a 21-year-old guy that you can
figure it out,
you can build the program around? I'm like, man, I want to win, and whatever that looks like. But I would say Stafford for sure. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Josh Allen and just makeup wise, but being able to kind of just learn from him. But I think what it looks like, and Stafford has shown it consistently. Yeah,
I mean, you guys didn't cross over at Oregon, right? Bo Nix, but like, what's your assessment on him? And obviously, as Sean Payton, but like what's your assessment on him and how he's been able to sort of kind of elevate that team?
Yeah,
too?
I mean, he was kind of a guy that I really love to follow his journey, because he started early on at Auburn. Obviously he learned a bunch there, and he basically went to Oregon, and the people at Auburn didn't really love him that much coming out of it. A lot of people remember it, and going to Oregon, and he kind of kept getting better and kind of changed the narrative for really like guys like me, for older guys coming out the draft, and he was 24 or 25, but he's just a playmaker. He's obviously he can get it done, inside the pocket, outside the pocket. He's got a great arm. Obviously, he coached very well, and it's been really cool to see, especially obviously knowing him personally as well.
Man, I want to ask you a question, because I want to take it back to football and just watching C.J. Stroud and what he was going through mentally. Like, how do you pull yourself out of that?
It's tough. And I think for me, whenever I'm watching these games, I try and like put myself at least as best as I can. When you're watching a TV copy, it's not really the same as far as when you're watching film, but like just put myself in the situation and all those things. And it was a great learning lesson for me of just kind of just resetting and trying to do everything that you can that way. But I mean, it's a credit to both those teams' defenses. They're playing lights out the whole time.
Yes,
so
indeed.
I think that's why those teams are playing at such a high level, and bad games are going to happen. So I think he'll be straight. But it was both those guys, two great quarterbacks, for having a tough time for those defenses, and I think that they showed up for sure.
Okay, T, the people been asking, bro, like, who are we going to pick? Like, now that the picks are in, we get to choose, like, which two teams are headed to the Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's get into it.
Let's do it, bro. So, our friends at FanDuel, the AFC Championship game, they have the Patriots the favorite by 5.5 points on the road against a Jared-led Broncos team.
Yeah.
Like, are you surprised by that line, bro?
I'm not surprised by it. I think given the quarterback situation in Denver. I mean, it's going to be tough for anybody to kind of lead that team. I think the Patriots is playing, great overall football, but yeah, I think that 5.5 point spread I think that's fair.
Solid, huh?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Look, check this out. In the NFC, FanDuel, our friends, they have the Seahawks at a 2.5 point favorite, hosting the Rams. Now we know they split the series at 1-1. Like, who picks up the win this game?
Man, it's tough, man. Obviously Sean McVay led offense versus a Mike McDonald led defense. I mean, this is every bit of like championship like weekend, and so. But I mean, to begin, I picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl with the Patriots, and I think I'm gonna stick to that. I think McVay is gonna show up and score a little bit more than Sam Darnold.
Man, so I'm actually the opposite, man. I actually got the Patriots, and I actually see Seattle squeaking this one out, bro. Even though McVay has been a genius this year, I see Seattle squeaking this one out, bro.
Yeah, they played great this year.
Okay, guys, check this out. If you're still trying to get in on it, get on the action, head over to FanDuel.com. And if you're a new user, sign up, place a $5 bet, and if it hits, you're going to get a $300 bonus bet. And you can put that money on anything, parlays, player props. Feel free to spend it however you like.
I mean, it's really been fun talking to you, brother. Obviously, we joke around in here a lot that, me and you were only teammates for like a couple weeks.
Yeah. I was like, dang, bro. He saw this white dude come in the locker room. He said, I'm out. This ain't this ain't Drew Brees.
Nah, listen, bro. When I
get it, bro.
Media said that.
It's fine.
Listen,
it's fine. I was looking forward to playing with you, Tyrann. I was like, we're going to keep getting better.
Hopefully one day.
You going to come back?
Well, you never know.
You never know. You heard it here first on the Bayou.
But no, when I first saw you, bro, I was like, yo, this dude was like a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like legit. Like you, and I'm, most people are bigger than me, but just kind of watching in the locker room, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker got some size on him. You know what I mean? And he's an athlete, so nah, man, it's been fun, man. We appreciate you stepping by, man, and just kind of spending some time with us. Yeah. From a fellow New Orleanian, we absolutely believe in you, brother. We believe that you have like everything it takes to sort of, because this city, like they need it, right? Like, and you've won a few games now, so you know the difference in the city, the environment when Saints win. Right, and how much the city like wants that and appreciates that, and so nah, brother, we thank you. We wish you the best. We wish you obviously great health. But yeah, man, like keep elevating those guys, man. Not everybody is, meant to do that, and so like God has blessed you with those abilities to be able to connect with people and rise and get them to raise their level of play. So. I appreciate that, man. From a fan perspective, from a fellow New Orleanian, we're absolutely excited about you being here, and Kellen too. I think that dynamic of head coach, quarterback, I think that's what every NFL team is sort of chasing, right? And I mean, both of you guys have done a really good job. I know the season didn't go the way I wanted it to, but it's those moments, right? Those third downs, right? Like those clutch plays you were able to make, getting Olave to sort of, elevate, his level of play. Juwan, all these guys, man, that just seem to have a little bit more juice when you showed up. So we appreciate you, man.
No, that means a lot.
You the best, man.
That means a lot for real. I appreciate that. I mean, it's no secret everything that you've done here, who you meant to the team, especially when you left. But like obviously when you're playing, everything that you mean for football, and I'm a huge fan. It's an honor even being able to talk to you guys, and I appreciate the opportunity for sure.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, man. Well, we appreciate you stopping by, brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate all the gems. I'm pretty sure everybody in the Bayou is going to they're gonna love this episode just hearing from you. So,
yes, sir.
We appreciate it, man. And that's all we got today. Obviously, we'll be back next week. It was a blessing to be here with Tyler. He was actually our first in-person guest. So that really means a lot to me. So just looking forward to it, man. Like I said, wishing you a great season, a great off season. Hope you and the wife, and obviously the new baby that you guys have on the way, everything goes well. And congrats on that too. That's a huge deal. I got 5 kids, so
Man.
Yeah, I'm like daddy. I'm like in the daddy hall of fame. You know what I'm saying? So,
You're going through something. One of the kids just called T. Hey,
Oh,
T,
yeah,
man,
okay.
this,
bro.
this
Yeah,
baby
it's all
over here
good.
teething, man. What I need? What should I do?
yeah, I got all type of tricks and stuff, you know. So, but nah, man, it was a joy to sit down with
That's
you.
real.
I appreciate it. And we'll catch y'all on the next episode of In the Bayou, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. Peace.